Welcome Voyage. Today in this video class we will learn some basic concepts of grammar. Okay, first of all I want to introduce all of you with the particular word that is grammar. Okay, so grammar. Voyage. Grammar. Okay, so if you break the word grammar, you will get first one is gram. You will get the particular word that is gram. After that are gram. That means grammar is the combination of two different words, that is gram and r. Okay, gram means what? Gram means what? Gram means, we can say, measurement or scale. Gram means measurement or scale. Measurement or scale. R stands for doer. R stands for doer. Okay, suppose that we can say first one is suppose that there are few words: teacher, driver, manager. Mind these words, boys. Are. Okay, you can say or er stands for doer. Teacher, a person who teaches is a teacher. Driver, a person who drives is a driver. Manager, a person who manages is a manager. Okay, so this is the meaning for the particular word, that is er called er. Okay, and gram stands for measurement or scale. Gram you have read in mathematics: kilogram, hectogram and decagram. So gram is the word used in the term of what? Term of measurement, term of scale. So watch, the question is there, what is grammar? My question is there, what is grammar? Grammar is the measurement of language. Grammar is the measurement of language. What is grammar? Grammar is the measurement of language. Okay, after that, what is the role of grammar? What is the role of grammar? What is the role of grammar? Okay, so grammar can only tell you. Grammar can only Which grammar can only tell you whether the language is correctly spoken or written. Correctly spoken or written by the speaker or by the writer. Okay, so finally, on the basis of these breakings of the term grammar, we can say it is the only skill for correct language. It is the only skill for the correct language. Okay, boys, have you got the meaning of grammar? Okay, if you break the word grammar, gram plus okay, gram means what? Measurement or scale. Okay, so what is the role of grammar? What is first of all we have to know what is grammar. Grammar is the measurement of language. After that, what is the role of grammar? Okay, so grammar can only tell us whether the language that we are writing, that we are speaking, okay, is correct or not. This is the role of grammar. Okay, after that the next term that is sentence. Okay, I'm just going to explain. Next topic is sentence, and where in the sentence we have to study what are the important part of a sentence. Okay, from there the grammar begins. Okay, I'm going to explain the basic concepts of the grammar, where you will able to learn the basic concepts of grammar, and it will help you to solve all the difficult part that will be asked in your question paper from in the do as directed section. Okay, so just listen to me. Boys, mind the particular word that I have written, sentence. Okay, sentence. The first question is sentence. So what is a sentence? Okay, first you break the word sen, after that tense. Okay, so just break. Sen, after that tense. Sen stands for sense, and T after that ends. Okay, so again ends stands for sense, okay, and the letter T stands for time, okay. Sense, the word sense means meaning, okay. So a sentence has sense and tense of its own, okay. We can say a sentence has sense and tense of its own. What is sentence? A sentence has sense and tense of its own, okay. And the definition that you have read in your language book from class 5 to 10, or you can say 11, the definition is a group of words that makes a complete sense is called a sentence. The definition that you all have read is a group of words that makes a complete sense is called a sentence, okay. So this is the definition and the breaking part of a sentence, okay. That means what? A sentence must have sense and tense of its own. Actually, a particular sentence stands on these two parts. First one is the sense and second one is the tense. If they are missing in a particular group of words, definitely it cannot be put in the category of sentence, okay. After that, we have to study what are the important part of a sentence, okay. Suppose that if I have to give example, okay, I'm going to give example. In Macbeth we have read, I'm just going to example from the Macbeth. Fleance is heading towards the target. Fleance is heading towards the Fleance is heading towards the target, okay. So is heading, this is verb. VV stands for verb, where is helping verb and heading is main verb, okay. Fleance is the subject here. Fleance is subject, okay. So first of all, Fleance is heading towards the target. This is a group of words. This sentence. Definitely Fleance is a word, is a word, heading word, towards particular word, the is also word, target, okay. So here is the group of words, okay, but here it has some sense, okay. It means that Fleance is just going forward, okay, in order to reach, in order to achieve his target. First of all, Fleance is the subject. Okay, so fleance the subject and is heading. Verb is showing the tense. Okay, tense. What is the type of tense? Type of tense. Type of tense is continuous. In continuous, it is present continuous. Okay, so here the sentence has first meaning, sense, after that it has its own tense. Okay, so we have read that what is sentence. Sentence has first sense, after that tense of its own. Okay, next. Next topic is important part of a sentence. Boys, in this video my motive is to teach you subject, and definitely if you follow the instructions, definitely you will able to identify the subject by applying various methods that I am going to teach you. Okay, so first of all, important part of a sentence. Okay, the question is, what are the important part of a sentence? What are the important part of a subject? Okay, there are some important part of a sentence. First one is subject. First one is subject. Second one is verb. Third one is object, and the last one is complement. I'm just giving you basic concepts of grammar which will help you to solve the difficult problems that will asked in do as directed section. Okay, and in this video we have to focus on this topic, that is subject. Okay, we will learn subject, only subject. After that I'll teach you object, but first you concentrate. What is subject? What is subject? First of all, I want to say that subject is the name of a word. Subject is the name of a word. This is word. Okay, and subject is name of a word. It means what? Suppose that we are writing a sentence, okay, and in the sentence there are various words, okay, and the particular word is called subject. Okay, suppose that if I say he is teaching in the classroom. So he is the word, is also word, teaching word, in the classroom. Okay, is the word, teaching is also verb, this one is helping verb, this one is main verb. He is the subject. is the subject, in is the preposition, they is the article, and classroom is noun. So we can say that there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 words and they have particular name. This word is called subject. Also we can say pronoun. In pronoun this is personal pronoun. Okay, after that is helping verb, teaching is main verb, in is preposition, the is article, and classroom is noun. Every word has its own name. Okay, similarly subject is the name of a word. Okay, so important part of a sentence. Okay, in the part of sentence, the first word that we use to write in a sentence is subject. Okay, and I'm just going to give you detailed information about the subject. Please listen to me. Boys, please break the word subject. You will get first one is sub and the next is ject. Okay, sub stands for somebody. Okay, do, ject, that means do. Okay, do stands for action. Okay, action means what? Doer of an action. Doer of an action. So somebody, sub stands for somebody. Somebody is what? Somebody is a person. Somebody is a person. No need to learn the definition, just you have to remember these two breakings. Okay, first one is sub, second one is ject. Sub stands for somebody and ject stands for do. Okay, do, that means what? You can say doer of an action. So we can say somebody who does the action is called subject. Somebody who does the action is called subject. Somebody who does the action is called subject. Okay, somebody who does the action is called subject. We can continue a sentence. In a sentence, we can say like that. In a sentence, somebody who does the action is called subject. Okay, listen, suppose that there is an example. Henry writes a letter to his parents. Henry writes a letter, okay, to his parents. Please break the word. Write is the word, Henry word, a letter, letter is word to his parents. First of all, start with verb. Writes is the verb. Verb will show the tense. Tense, its type. Type is present. In present, this one is simple. Okay, Henry is somebody. Henry is somebody. You can say Henry is person. Okay, a is article, letter is noun, to is preposition, his is pronoun. In pronoun, this one is possessive pronoun, and parents is noun. Parents is noun. According to the definition of the subject, somebody who does the action is called subject. In short, we can say, in short, for the definition of subject, we can say doer of an action is called subject. Boys, in a given sentence, it is your duty to find out which word is showing the action. Generally, action is shown by the particular word, that is verb. Okay, so writes, the word write shows the action. Okay, act of writing. Okay, so this word writes denotes an action. Okay, and the act of writing, the action of writing is done by whom? Done by Henry. So Henry is the doer of Henry is the doer of an action. So we can say that Henry is subject. Henry is subject in the given sentence. Okay, have you got the definition along with example? After that, next part is boys, next part is some detailed information. Listen, we have to study subject in detail. Okay, boys, right now I have to study the particular word subject in detail. So the topic is this detailed study of subject will help you to find out the various complicated sections of the subject that will be asked in the do as directed sentence, because this is the very basic word in grammar. Okay, and a sentence always begins with subject. Always begins. It may begins verb also, but generally the sentence begins with subject. Okay, so listen. First of all, the terms that we have to study is definition. After that, place. Next one is identification. After that, forms, and the next one is counts. These are the basic terms which you have to study in this section. First of all, boys, I want to say, actually I want to break the particular word that is definition. That is definition. Okay, so you have to understand the meaning of definition. Actually, the word definition has very profound and very deep meaning. Okay, first I am going to break the word definition. After that, I'll give the definition of the subject. Already I have given, but it will help you to find the definition of any other topics. Suppose that we are studying right now subject, but after that we have to study verb, object, complement, phrase, clause. But what is the role of definition and what is the exact meaning of definition? Here we will study. Okay, so definition. Just break the word definition. First one is D, and after that definition was definition. Okay, but here D, after that just take the meaningful word, that is fine. Definition, D and fine. Okay, so D stands for going down into the depth of anything. Going down into the depth of anything. D stands for going. DE. The word DE stands for going down into the depth of anything. Okay, and after that, what is the meaning of fine? The meaning of fine, getting the finest part. Meaning of fine is getting the finest part. Getting the finest part of. Getting the finest part and presenting it. And presenting it. Was mind it. You have read various definition and many times you have heard the word definition, but you haven't just try to find out the exact meaning of definition. Okay, the word definition stands for D and fine. D stands for going down into the depth of anything. First you have to go down into the depth of anything. After that you have to find the finest part of that thing. Okay, if you after getting the finest part, you have to give the creamy section of that particular topic. That will become the definition. Okay, listen. So going down into the depth of anything, and after going down you have to find the finest part. Okay, so what is definition? The question is that what is definition? Okay, so we can say presenting the finest part. We can say presenting the finest part of anything. Presenting the finest part of anything is called definition. Boys, here I have tried my level best to break and define the particular word, that is definition. Okay, mind it, we are studying here only the topic, that is subject. Okay, and they are suppose that place, identification, forms and kinds, they are the part of a subject. Okay, so have you got the meaning of definition? Definition means what? Presenting the finest part of anything is called definition. After that, boys, come and listen. We have to discuss about the place. What is the place of a subject in a sentence? Okay, listen. Place. In a statement sentence, the subject normally in a statement sentence, comma, the subject normally comes before the verb. In a statement sentence, what is the structure of a statement sentence? Okay, structure of a statement sentence is like that: subject, verb and object. Subject, verb and object. Okay, so this is the position of verb. Okay, and in a statement sentence, subject always comes before the verb. What is the position of subject in a statement sentence? The position of subject in a statement sentence is just before the verb. Okay, just take an example. We play cricket in the field. We play cricket in the field. We play cricket in the field. Okay. Play is the verb. We is the subject. Cricket is the object. In preposition, the article and field is the noun. The type of sentence is statement. Okay, statement type sentence. What is the position of subject? What is the position of subject? Just before the verb. Okay, so in a sentence the subject normally comes before the verb. Okay, and play is the action, and we is the doer. We is the doer. We is the doer of an action. Doer of an action. Doer of an action. Okay, so we have already read that doer of an action is called subject. Doer of an action is called subject, and plays the action. And who is the doer of action? We. The word we is the doer of action, so we can say that this is subject. Got it? And what is the place? Place of subject before the verb. This one is verb and just before the verb. Okay. Next, second point is suppose that another example. Okay, suppose that if I have written he goes to school. Listen, goes is the verb, he is the doer of action, so subject, to each preposition, and school is noun. Okay, so what is the position of subject? Just before the verb. Okay, the type of sentence is statement sentence. Next, second concept is little bit differ. Second concept about regarding the place of subject. Okay, sometimes subject is used after the verb. Sometimes subject is used after the verb, especially in the poems. Sometimes subject is used after the verb, especially in the poems. Okay, please note the example. Jumped down pussy into the well. Jump down pussy into the well. Listen, this one is verb and pussy is subject. Okay, so here this is the part of a poetry section. So what is the position of subject? Just after the verb. Okay, just this portion is verb and after the verb. Okay, but you have to remember only one thing, that in a statement sentence, okay, because you don't have to deal the poetry section, so you have to do only the statement part. Okay, so you have to mind that subject always comes before the verb in a statement type of sentence. After that, the next point is identification, that is the very important point, okay, and it will help you to come out from various confusions and various doubts. Okay, so just you learn this section very carefully. Okay. The next section is identification. 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 Okay. So identification, that means what? You have to identify that particular portion, you have to identify that particular part of a word, each subject. Okay, so there are certain methods, okay, certain tricks that will help you to find out the word, each subject. Okay, you will become confident after knowing these facts. Listen. The concept is put. Put, that means what? You have to place. You have to place. Put who or what. Who or what. You have to put. You have to place who or what. Where? Before the verb. Already you have read that the position of subject is just before the verb. So you have to put who or what exactly before the verb. Exactly before the verb. Okay, before the verb, in the place of subject. In the place of subject. In the place of subject. It means that you have to remove that particular word that is supposed to subject of the given sentence, and in the place of subject you have to place, you have to put who or what. After that, the next step is and ask a suitable question. Suitable means what? An appropriate question. Suitable question. Okay, the answer will be, the answer will be subject of the given sentence. Okay, have you got the definition? Have you got the information? You have to put who or what where? Before the verb, in the place of subject, and after that you have to ask a question, and the question should be appropriate. Okay, a just question, a suitable question. After that, the answer, the particular answer that you will get after asking a question with the help of who or what, will be the subject of the given sentence. Okay, just there is example. Please note. The example is, suppose that if I say one thing I want to clear, that I have mentioned two WH words. Okay, the first one is who and the second one is what. You have to use who for person and what for non-person. I think that you all are well aware that only human beings will be put in the category of person and rest are in non-person. Okay, so for the example, Henry writes a letter to his parents, parents. Okay, boys, Henry writes a letter. Writes is the action, verb, Henry is the subject, A is the article, letter is the object, to is the preposition, his is pronoun, and parents noun. And after that, Henry is person. Okay, so the question we have to ask is, we have to use who, as Henry is person, so who will be used. The question is exactly like that. Who, you have to put who in the place of subject, and after that you have to copy the remaining group of words as it is. Okay, you have to just put who in the place of Henry and then copy the given words. Okay, so who writes a letter to his parents, you will get the answer, only answer, Henry. The only word is Henry, so this one is subject. Hope you have got. After that, the next you have to use what. Listen. What? The example is, if I write Islamabad is the capital of Pakistan. Suppose that here each verb Islamabad is used in the place of subject, the article, capital, noun, of, preposition, Pakistan is noun. Okay, Islamabad is the capital of Pakistan. Islamabad is also noun, as it is the name of a capital. So non-person Islamabad is what? Non-person. The question will be, we have to use what, as it is non-person. Okay, so ask question with the help of what is the capital of Pakistan. The answer that we will get is Islamabad. Okay, Islamabad is the subject. Islamabad is the subject. Next part is forms and kinds. Okay, just remember. Forms of subject and kinds of subject. Okay, listen. Subject has two forms. First one is noun. It has two forms. Okay, first one is noun, second one is pronoun. And kinds of subject. Okay, first one is direct subject, second one is indirect subject. Boys, you are well aware that what is noun and pronoun. Okay, but for the direct subject, okay, you have to consider it only You can say a direct subject indicates persons only. If your subject is person, definitely you have to say the subject is of which type? Direct. Okay, and if this one is non-person, okay, direct subject only, you can say, denotes persons only, but indirect subject denotes non-persons only. There are remaining topics that we have to discuss with the subject, but right now still the information is enough. After that I have to show some other you can say other concepts, like that what is the condition that a subject is used in a statement sentence. Okay, so suppose that if you have downloaded the Google Classroom app, okay, you will get the exercises and practice set based on subject of your first chapter, that is Leela's friend. Okay, that is prose section. I have given, I think, that 50 sentences as a practice set, where you have to find out the subject, the following method that has been used by me at the time of teaching. Thank you, watch. Okay, stay safe.